Okay. That's better. Yeah, I didn't exactly have nearly enough time to prepare myself for this because I got caught up in manual labor and white balance keeps getting messed up. Got that big old flat right there. Let me turn that down real quick. Thank you. I forgot that I hit mute. Ah, once did half of a whole stream mute, and another. There were a few times early on when I would just forget to switch it over to the screen that I was doing the gameplay on, and yeah, those were those must have been interesting experiences. But I've grown wiser since then. I've actually learned what a limiter is in Streamlabs. Ah, yeah, I was caught up with manual labor basically all day, and my allergies have been aggravated to hell and back. Ah, anyway, get the big boy out of the box. Yeah, so that's what he. So I is like I have not done any work on him since last week. Um, and based on what the manual says, like let's better get that back out of the protective sleeve. They're basically like three big chunks to prime. Um, like each each component has three poly bags together. Ooh, found there was a clear 1x1 plate. Uh, yeah, we managed to finish the first three poly bags, which formed the torso. Beat 7 subs in a week. Nice. Yeah, it looks like we got. It looks like we finished up the. We did the we did the torso last week. So next poly bags are legs, and then the arms, head, and the accessories. So I think I'm gonna wager that um oh well, hopefully it won't take 2 hours just to do the legs, but we'll see if it takes 2 hours to do the legs, and then we might be able to start the arms tonight, but might have to wait till next week to do that. Anyway, we'll see. Get the manual turned back over where I left off. Aha, yes. There we go. Polybag number 4. There we go. Yeah, seven subs a week is great, especially when you're just starting out. Um, crazy to think that I've managed to hit like 2.3k now. That like a couple of years ago, like I was not. It's crazy to think that I started my channel when I was 13, and um, I was so convinced that, yeah, I was just so, when I was 13, I was just so convinced I was going to be the next big YouTube sensation. Like, told myself that in 10 years I was going to have, like, 1 million subscribers, have, like, the most popular Thomas and Transformers fan series. Oh, 13-year-old me was so stupid. 13-year-old me did not understand a damn thing about the world. And he didn't know how to make good content either. But how I've grown since then. I would like to be a lot more active here than I currently am. I got plenty of things that I want to do for videos. Unfortunately, time just doesn't work out like we want it to. And I'm looking for a 2x4, 2x2 plate. I just don't have as much time as I would like to dedicate to making videos. And even the things that I try to do to get videos out quickly is those don't really get done as quickly as I would like. I was gonna make some TF2 gameplay videos. Well, I was gonna make TF2 gameplay videos. I've got plenty of footage to do so. I just, for whatever reason, haven't finished them. Well, one of the reasons for that is that the audio on mine just got so screwed up. Like, Streamlabs would not recognize my mic. And so I didn't know that until I went to actually make videos. So yeah, I can still use the clips. It's just a lot of them had commentary that I wanted to be present, and it's lost, and that's lost. I guess that counts as lost media now. I would like to have a more normal upload schedule with more varied content. Just things just don't work out. I've got a brass kit for an LSWR M7 that I am going to turn into a Wellsworth and Suttery engine for my railroad. It's just I need wheels. I need wheels for it. There's no correctly sized tires for it ready to run as far as I've seen. I've had to order them custom, but the only place that makes them custom the only place I found that makes custom steam locomotive tires for model trains, their turnaround time is like 10 months before they contact you. So I've put in orders for wheels for that and for Donald and Douglas already. And I'm just seeing how long it takes them to get back to me on those, and then pay that and then get them made. Yeah, that's a thing. I can tell you exactly why. I think I know why your second installment did better, because as you grow, make more stuff, YouTube can recommend more stuff to different people, or maybe the algorithm's just being weird. Sometimes that happens. Come on, where is that 2x2 plate? Jeez. A black 2x2 studless plate is what I'm trying to find. Okay, so maybe it's not in the big bag. It was in the little one that I've already looked at multiple times. God. Yeah, here we go. I think another reason that I just haven't done nearly as much I haven't done nearly as many videos is because it seems that anytime I do, whenever I do it seems that the last couple times I did Transformers videos, they've done way worse than any of my Thomas related videos. And I think YouTube just, after all these years, YouTube just automatically associates my channel with Thomas anytime I do anything. So anytime I do anything Transformers related, the algorithm isn't inclined to recommend that to anybody. And, like, I think Thomas, how many views did Thomas? Like, my Percy and Thomas videos are both currently around. Let me just pull up my YouTube. Let me just pull up my YouTube studio and look at it. Let's see. Top videos last 48 hours views. Thomas, unsurprisingly, Thomas has 76, whereas Percy and Rosie are both in the 30s. Let's see. Yeah, Thomas is standing at around 30,000 views. Percy's at 24,000. Rosie's at 20,000. And the Thomas video has only been up for, holy crap! It's been a year since I uploaded Thomas. Oh jeez. Oh, if that doesn't show how crappy my upload schedule is, I don't know what does. I've been fine, Keldeo Studies. I apologize for ignoring your messages. Percy's been up since May of 23. You know, for a channel my size, I think those numbers are pretty decent. Rosie's been up since December of 22. Toby was up in October of 22, and Toby's been up since April of 22, and he's at 16,000, almost 17,000. But that's all the Thomas stuff, and that gets, I think, most of the views. I'm getting to that, Keldeo Studies. My Shattered Glass Sideswipe has been up since October of 22, and it's sitting at 33,000 views. And like my custom Deadlock's been up since February of 22, and it's sitting at only 2,000 views. And to be fair, that one is obscenely short, and the intro is not aged well. The intro to that Deadlock video is something that 17-year-old me would have come up with back in 2016, and I'm not too proud of how that video started off. The rest of it I am proud of, because it was like one of the first times I did stop motion for a whole video. Yeah, those are like the only two videos that have really done. Those are the only two Transformers videos that have really done well on this channel. I made a short called Starscream's Confession back, and that was based around the "It's All About the Mets" meme that went around. Shoot, that was 2021, November of 2021. That's a time capsule and a half. But that video, that's only got like 170. 5,000 views. 175 views. I think I did pretty well with that, and I'm very happy with it. But it just didn't. It hasn't quite gotten the same amount of views as the other stuff. And granted, that was before I started doing my custom shoot. I assembled the leg. I assembled the parts wrong. I'm trying to. Where's my part separator? Shoot, where did the parts separator go? Excuse me. Allergies. There we go. That's better. Trey, come on. That's better. But yeah, that was... Granted, that video was before I started really doubling down on doing videos well. I did another short stop motion. That's actually did a lot better. That was based on another meme. I've wanted to do a lot more Transformers stop motions. That's also the part. I wanted to do a ton more Transformers stop motion. It's just, again, time and space and resources haven't allowed me to do the things that I really wanted to. Yes, that's where those parts are supposed to be. Where's another one? Here we go. I would really like to do a lot more little skits. I've mentioned many times before that I want to do a full Transformers stop motion series, and I've wanted to do that since I first watched Crosshair's Productions. What did he do to what was the thing he did before Broken Mirror called? It was basically an adaptation of the Titan Comics Twilight/Gleaming. I don't remember what he called it, but he's admitted that that series was basically that, and that's what first introduced me to the idea of doing a full series of Transformers Transformers in stop motion. And I've revised the script for my thing so many times. It's really so... It's really great. It's amazing what you can really do with that medium. I'd really like to do more of that, but again, time and resources, space to do things just don't always work out the way we want them to. And of course, I've also wanted to do Thomas stories, and I did one in Trains back in 2021. I wanted to do that for years. But Trains is just such a terrible software. Trains is not a user-friendly software. It's not. You can do some crazy things in Trains, but it's just the user interface is not very friendly. Tane is what I started off with, and I bought that when it was basically still in alpha. It's like, I think it was alpha or beta, and there was no Thomas content for it at the time. And by the time there was, I wasn't interested in doing that. Trains 19, even the UI on that was even worse. And I haven't bothered with it. I've tried, but I just can't be bothered with it anymore. It's not that I don't want to do more Thomas-related content either. But Trains is just a fucky-wucky software. I don't like... I really can't stand using it. And I can't do it with my models either, because I don't have my own model railroad. That's not entirely true, because I've got a 009 layout. I need to finish. And I thought I was going to have it finished at the beginning of the year. But I just haven't. And it's like but I don't have enough room to do a decent standard gauge layout. Ooh, Dairy Queen, yeah. Dairy Queen's a good idea, Edgy Gaming, definitely. I can't do it with my models because I don't have space. I could make a bunch of sets, which is ideally what I'd do, is I'd have individual sets like the TV show. But that takes up space as well, and it's just again, it's not that I don't want to, just that I don't have time or space for basically anything. So putting some spell things on the leg. What was I talking about again? Man, I need some water. I get scatterbrained when I'm out of water. Then, of course, there were the videos that I was working on when my hard drive crapped out on me, and I had to wait a month to get it repaired, and that was a mess. And I lost a crap ton of videos I was working on. I lost the entirety of the Transformers collection video that I was doing for 1K subs. And I still haven't returned to doing that. I also have not played Cookie Run. I'll give it a shot eventually. I promise I will give it a shot eventually. I've got a ton of video games too that I own but I haven't played. Some of them is just because I wanted to play them on stream, but just haven't gotten around to it. Like, it's I feel really guilty about the not being able to finish the collection video, because I promised it for 1K, and then I lost everything, and I I was just so pissed off with that. I think if I recall correctly, I took a hiatus from doing anything. If I recall correctly, that was only a few years ago. I should not have forgotten about that. Like, and then I tried to do it as shorts, as YouTube shorts, a couple of years ago. And no, that was literally just last year. Yeah. I tried to do that as YouTube shorts, and I did. I was able to get through, I think, 20 or I don't forget how many figures I did as YouTube shorts. I think it was about. I think I did like 16, maybe. I could do a live stream where I talk about. That would be a good idea. I just gotta dig all my figures out. That's one thing that keeps me from going back to it, is because I have to dig everything out over several days. Just break it up into little blocks of filming. Um, I I have an obscene amount of Transformers. It's it's a genuinely an obscene amount of Transformers, and I mean to sell a lot of them off. I just don't. I've gotten rid of quite a few that I didn't want anymore. Like I got rid of my Universe, Sunstreaker, and Sideswipe because I finally admitted to myself that the Earthrise and Kingdom ones are objectively better. What am I looking for? What else? I've been meaning to list my Power of the Primes Dinobots on eBay. And I've taken photographs of them so I can do that. I just haven't put them up yet. I don't like listing things on eBay until I actually have a box that can fit everything. Gosh, dang it. Little bastard was trying to escape. I do not know what the piece is called that I am looking for. I do not like that I don't know what it's called. Yeah, I should really I should really do the collection view thing again. I guess to save time I could only record footage of one mode. For the original I recorded everything in both its modes. And that was I think that took a lot more time than it would have if I didn't do that. I guess like. And another thing just fell. I guess I could just the logical thing would be to go just one box or group at a time. Yeah, I keep meaning to go back and revisit. I keep meaning to go back and do it over again because again I did promise it for 1K subscribers, and I mean it's not uncommon for milestone specials on YouTube to come out late. I think Jimmy D released his 1K special as his 5K just because he got so many subscribers in between. I'm looking for a 1x4 brick. There it is. And Jimmy D's a YouTube pooper. He's most known for doing a lot of VeggieTales poop. And they're really funny. I highly recommend Jimmy D if you like YouTube poops. That's another thing that I've been meaning to do more of, is YouTube poops. I made a YouTube poop of one of my favorite movie reviewers a couple of years ago. And some of the jokes didn't quite land. Yep, that was back when I was still afraid to swear in my videos, because like for the longest time my parents, like when I originally started out, my parents would also watch my videos and share them with my family. That was like back when I was like 14. I was afraid to swear in those. Nowadays I don't think they really give a damn. Nowadays they don't really talk about it much. I don't think they really give a damn, so like I'm not embarrassed to do it anymore. Obviously I try not to. Sometimes I can't help myself. That's the wrong way around. That goes there. Okay, so I guess the knees aren't really going to be usable. Yeah, I've got a couple unfinished YouTube poops that I need. need to finish. One of them's of myself, actually. Yeah, I think it's really, I think it's really cool when someone poops themselves. This assembly going. Let me actually build. I don't explicitly have a mini Transformer collection. I do collect the smaller scales when I think the figure's good or if it represents a character that I want. Like I've got, I think I showed off. I think yesterday I showed off. Not yesterday. Last week I showed off. He's not on my desk anymore. Mohawk is. I put Mohawk with my other movie Decepticons. I figured, what the heck? He's $10. He's not great, but he's also not bad. And also the motorcycle he transforms into is cool. Even if they didn't want to modify it for the film just because it was so rare. Honestly, we need more movie Decepticons adapted into regular Transformers media. And more importantly, they need to actually look like the Decepticons that they're supposed to be. And not like Siege Barricade. God, I do not like Siege Barricade. 1x3 brick. He makes a good prowl. He makes a good shattered glass prowl, but he does not make a good barricade. I need 2. As for my favorite Transformers figure, that is an impossible task. I think my favorite from my childhood, when I first got into Transformers and wanted them as toys, I think my favorite figure from when I was a kid would. Oh, not I think. I know for a fact that my favorite was the original movie Optimus. Oh, that thing is just such a bad ass. He may not be the most film accurate thing in the world, but God, does he make a good toy. It's so chunky and fun to pose. Fun to transform too. I think one of my current favorites is the Volvo VNR Optimus. I literally just got him after being on the fence about him. One of my biggest problems that I've had with Transformers lately is the proportions. A lot of them just don't really have the right torso to limb proportions for me. Cough cough Siege Megatron. But I came around on. I decided to just buy the Volvo Optimus, and I regret sleeping on him because he is super. I hate that the chest is not formed from the actual robot, not formed from the actual cab windows of the truck. But he is super fun to transform into pose. He looks so good. And I think I finally found something worthy of making into Elita 1. Because originally I was gonna take the Prime Voyager Ultra Magnets. Not the Beast Hunters version, but the original that was its own mold and not an Optimus retool. The one that they had before before he actually appeared in the show. I was gonna base my Elita 1 on that and try and 3D print some replacement parts to give her actually good articulation. But after handling that Volvo Optimus, if I can make a new chest for that, and I'm pretty sure that I can take the. I'm pretty sure that I can make a new um bed that and make that truck into a wrecker truck, and then take that truck bed and turn it into the arms. I'd probably have to parts form them, but if I can do that, I think I've found maybe not an Alita one that looks exactly like what I want her to look like, but I think that's the best route to take if I want my Alita one to be the way I want her, which is a tow truck. She is a wrecker truck that stands eye to eye with Optimus, if not being a little taller than him. Studs. But yeah, I really need to do that collection video again. Oh no, only one stud. There we go. That. Like I said, I feel really dirty about not going back and doing it over again sooner. Because again, I promised it for 1K subs, and I'm almost at 2,500. And, like I try to engage with my community, a lot, and it's when I promise something, I feel really dirty about not following through with it. Regardless of the reason, I feel super guilt. I feel super guilty. Whenever I don't finish or whenever I don't finish or even start a video that I say I'm working on. I made a custom of Erector recently and did not. I was gonna make a video on him, but I just didn't have enough footage to make a decent video about him. And I couldn't use stop motion segments to fill it in because the freaking paint is so it chips so much, especially on the torso. I transformed him, and the hinge that you pull the chest down with, the paint rubbed up against it so bad that it was it's so painful to have all that white sticking out. I probably could have sanded him a lot more than I did to fix that, to have that not happen. But it's painful when you're custom paint chips, and I don't like it. So I'm not really touching Erector that much for a long time. Um, and then I finished my Minerva in time for TFCon Orlando last year, and I brought her with me and got a lot of compliments on her. Um, Lazy Eyebrow and TJ Omega really liked her. Which is now my lane claim to fame. But my original plan was to finish. I had a hose head that had started working on a lot earlier. My plan was to finish her and Hosehead together, make a video on them about them at the same time. So Minerva's finished. Hosehead has been languishing in parts since I did his coat of red, and I've been meaning to go back and finish him. But then I got the idea. Then I got ideas to do a Sunstorm and an Erector and Duck and all the others, and he's just been languishing for a while. Doing these out of order. I think I discussed my game plan, my current game plan, in a video, or a video last week's stream. I went over my game plan for the moment, and right now, my focus is on finishing. My focus is A, on Stanley's video, because that is way overdue. Then I'm going to finish Sunstorm and make his video. Then I want to have my Shattered Glass Megatron finished before TFCon in Baltimore this November. And I've got most of the engineering for the custom parts down. I just really need to finish. I just need to get him done. Finish him. If I can 3D print the parts that I need in a timely manner, then I should have him finished. I should have him finished by TFCon. And I will bring him with me. I also made a strong arm that I never made a video on. And then of course I've got Duck, who I still need to get back to work on. I'm planning on thinning down his wheels with some emery paper that I bought. One of the books that I read on building custom locomotives from scratch. The guy was building an HO model, and he bought some Proto 4 wheels. And so to get them down to Proto 87 standards, he took emery paper and just went to town on it. Where did the other ball joint thing? Still in this bag? There's a second 4x4 brick that has a ball joint on. I'm trying to find it. But yeah. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Duck. There it is. Yeah, the wheels actually started rusting while I was in Wales, and I guess I shouldn't be surprised because it's steel tires in very wet weather. So I need to get the rust off of those and try and thin the wheels down. If I can thin those down to just about 2 millimeters or so, they should be golden. Not literally, of course, but is that upward slope? Is it in here? There we go, upward slope. Yeah, Duck should be... Hopefully I'll have Duck finished by the end of the year. Ideally before. I'm gonna put the vent pieces long ways. Out, not flush. By 3. Yeah, Duck. Once I get the wheels taken care of on Duck, then I need to finish his side rods. Are just as fun to do. I've gone back and forth between using the Allen Gibson universal side rods for whatever reason, Allen Gibson Universal Side Rods do not fit on Allen Gibson crank pin, at least with the sheath attached. That's why would you? I just don't understand why you design a crank pin one way, then you also make side rods that people can use, but not make them actually usable on said crank pins out of the box. I'm very scared that I'm going to open those holes up way too much on the side rods, and they will be ruined. Also afraid of them getting off center, which would be equally painful. I could also tried making, also in the middle of trying to make custom side rods out of a sheet of silver. That is also a pain, especially in the matter of trying to line up the notches that serve as the guide holes and things for the center line. And of course, I'm trying to drill through metal to open them up, and I've got to try and saw them out or Dremel them out, or it's just frustrating. I'm not entirely confident in my ability to do it successfully. I do enjoy doing what I do most of the time. But when stuff doesn't work, it really doesn't work. And it really makes me considering just doing something. I need a 1 by 2. Alright, that fills out the leg nicely, I think. And realize that this ball socket's actually going to be the knee. I still don't think there's going to be much articulation. But why don't I go ahead and put it on and see how much articulation there is. Oh, swivel. Yep. No real knee articulation. Excuse me. What's next? Why don't I just pour the last of this stuff out? Put it to the side, and I shall chuck it later. That's the remote for the TV that I'm currently using as my second monitor. Where was? What was I talking about again? I know I was talking about Transformers. I know I was talking about Transformers or videos just. I guess I could just go back to talking about my Transformers videos. I would really, but yeah, one of the reasons I haven't done as many Transformers videos as I wanted to, just as they don't get. Well, one reason is that I also go in and out of, like, I kind of go in and out of phases between liking Thomas more, and I guess not just liking Thomas, but liking trains more, and or being more interested in trains and then being more interested in Transformers. Sometimes I get burnt out on. I try not to focus so much on a single thing that I get burnt out on it. I try to go back and forth between them. Um, but another big reason is that my Transformers videos do not get nearly as many views as my Thomas ones do. I think if I did another full custom showcase now, it would do a lot better because my channel's grown bigger. Um, like people, I go to conventions. I go to TFCon and um I go to TFCon and the Audrey Extravaganza, and I have a goddamn heart attack. I have a damn heart attack because people recognize my face and my name, and that's that's one of the most surreal things to me about those events. Like, I'm in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, I'm in the grand scheme of things, I'm a nobody. um, then I'll go up to someone whose stuff I've been watching for years, and I'll introduce myself, and then I just drop. Then I mention my I mentioned that I'm Keeper of Toast Online, and they, oh yeah, you're the guy who did that Shattered Glass Sideswipe, or you're the guy who did that Atro Scale Thomas, and I'm like, and I was like freaking out. And then at this last Audrey Extravaganza, I had a couple of people come up to me and ask for an autograph because they recognized my Thomas. It's like, and stuff just dropped off the table. Yeah, I'm like having, and I feel like I'm having an aneurysm because people people recognize me now. Not many, but yeah, it's super surreal to imagine that. Um, yeah, I think if I've promised myself that I will do more custom Transformers showcases. Because the last few I've done, I haven't really focused. The last few Transformers I've customized, I focused on just doing them for myself and not really on documenting the process. But I am documenting it with Sunstorm and with Megatron, and hopefully those two will do a lot better than Drift and, or not, technically not Drift, than Deadlock and Sideswipe did. Um, it's yeah, yeah, it's yeah. I want to do more stop. I want to do more stop motion. Part of that is going to require me to actually put my laptop back together so I can take that into the office room that we have in our house, so I can actually use that instead of having to either buy Stop Motion Studio again on my phone or take this piece of crap and run a really long USB cable between this and there, or having to take a bunch of stuff down in here and reorganize it and make it even messier just so I can have a stop motion table in here, which I've considered doing. Um, but again, time's concerns, space concerns. I'm starting on the back of the reverse smooth panels. Uh, I think this last year I also considered doing some updated versions of um back when I first started my channel. I was just discovering the world of online Thomas fan stories, and I wanted to enter that world myself. And I had real lofty ambitions. Um, the first couple of years, my channel was just filled with characters, practically only filled with character slideshows of the characters I was making for that. And I still remember them most of them fondly. A couple of them are relics of a time when I wasn't as familiar with real railways as I am today. Um, I'm not putting this together right. Try that again. I still remember most of those characters I made fondly. Uh, a lot of them did change. A lot of them changed over time. I became more sensible. That series just never ended up happening. Many reasons. Wasn't a 3D modeler. Make them for train money, so I couldn't commission them or buy models to represent them. No, for for a huge part of that time in my life when I was just discovering you, like fresh in YouTube, and it seemed like the sky was the dang limit. No, I should bring them back. I really should bring them back just because they're part of me, and I feel like they're such an integral part of my early channel. There were there were a couple of models on Hattons before they shut down that I considered getting to make new versions of these characters. Gonna have hopefully I'll if I go hopefully I'll be able to go to the the Plano train show and hopefully find a very specific one that I need. In fact, I have the old version up top there. One I'll bring him down and show him off once I'm finished assembling the slag. I should have done that last year when my channel turned 10 years old. I really should have. Then again, I didn't actually start uploading videos in 2014. I created the channel in 2013, but I didn't start uploading videos until like 2014. So technically speaking, my first ever video had its anniversary in January. And so I guess technically I would really consider my 10-year anniversary this year. Now, you know what? Yes. I am going to do a new version of at least one of those old characters. I can just I can just base them on a ready to run model because that's what I did originally. In fact, literally straight up, after I started making characters and fleshing out the world, I still wanted one of those I still wanted um one of those characters to pretty much be straight up a. In fact, two of them were straight up going to be the Bachmann. No, three. Three of them were going to be straight up just the Bachmann models that I originally had when I first started doing model trains. It was a why did I say three? Let me get my record straight. Yeah, four of them. Four of those characters that I made all the way back then were basically straight up gonna be the Bachmann models that I had. I had my very first HO scale model train was a Yuzura 060 that came in a Bachmann train set. And she was... Originally I called her Dixie, but then I changed her name to Angelica, after a girl who I knew in elementary school. And had a... We had a bit of an interesting... we had a bit of an interesting relationship. And that was the first model locomotive I ever had. And then the second that I ever had came in a train set as well. And that was Bachmann's 28. That was Bachmann's Baldwin 280. And I think that one was... What was that one? That's one of the things I hate about Bachmann, is that they don't actually address most of their locomotives that they make here in the US. They don't address by what their railroads actually classified them as. Like the Alco 260, I know for a fact, is based on an Illinois Central prototype. But they don't actually call it an Illinois Central prototype. They just list it as some generic Alco 260. Which is true, but that specific prototype was made for Illinois Central originally. But that Bachmann, that Denver and not Denver and Rio Grande, Durango and Silverton 280, which is not a real Durango and Silverton locomotive, but that locomotive formed the basis for the second locomotive character I ever made. Actually, no, I think his character predates Angelica. That was over 10 years ago. I forget. After that, I got a GP40, also a Bachmann, a GP40. And that came with my first DCC system, which was the Easy Command. And him I named Desmond, and I never quite figured out a good face situation for him. Because I thought it would look weird if he had a standard gray face on the low hood. So originally I gave him the Chuggington eyes, but that doesn't jive with... The eyes were going to be the windshield like in Cars or Chuggington. The mouth was just going to be on the hood. If I do him I called Desmond, and he was like my one diesel. And then fourth character I made was fourth character I made was called Rachel. And originally I designed her to look like an Absol because I was so obsessed with Pokemon and that specific Pokemon. that carried on for an embarrassingly long amount of time. And eventually I just gave her a normal ass face. And I still that's one of the things from that era of my channel that I do not look back on fondly. I have a new Bachmann 260, a no Bachmann Alco 260 to make a new version of her. And she's one of the contenders for the new iterations to make. Okay, they want me to just open up a new polybag now. I'm going to set that to the side. The other is up here somewhere, buried under boxes. And a one-step changer Optimus Prime that I have for some. And I forgot that I took him off of his chassis to see. I took him off of his chassis to see if he would work for a custom. I'm gonna see if this chassis would work for a Somerset and Dorset 7F. I could probably make it work, but I'd rather have it be truly 100% accurate. But this is Terry, aka Longhorn, and he was gonna be like the face of what I called the Dallas and Northern Railroad. And it was originally going to be a freight locomotive who got rebuilt to be a passenger locomotive. I gave him a Belpaire firebox made out of Play-Doh, but that's disintegrated over time. And this is Tester's enamel paint that was brushed on. Originally I painted him like a shiny Absol with a white body and red smoke box. Then at another point in time, he had gonna have face tattoos that looked like a mighty Anna. I might actually bring that, if I do him again, I might actually bring that back. Oh, he was gonna be a total badass too, with a scar across his eye. Can you tell? Can you tell that I made these characters as a teenager? And as a teenager, a young teenager, like I kept doing this stuff up until I was like 15. I still have very fond memories, guys. And I think I will track down another one of these, make him over again. It's either gonna be him or it's gonna be Rachel. You know, I would like, maybe I should do him by the end of the year. Anyway, let's get this leg put on. Got a leg, and he knows how to use it. Anyway, that's one leg down. Let's see how long it takes to do the other one, but actually no, legs are done. Shoot. Should be another poly bag in here, right? Curious. Oh well. So we'll see what happens. I don't see the black 2x2 plate in here. Then again, I didn't see it originally. I'm gonna assume that it was packed into this one. Unless there is a little bag in here that I'm not seeing. In fact, let me go ahead and just dump this out. No 2x2 plate. Ball joint, I'm gonna need in a bit. Curious. This is bag number 5, which is the one I'm on. Come on. Where are you, you little bugger? Dang. Shoot. Curious. I can't seem to find a 2x2 plate. It would not make sense for it to be in a previous bag. They've already told me to switch over to this one. Dang. Curious. Another thing fell. What fell this time? I can't be bothered to find it. That's curious. Not a thing. Huh. That I see in the chat. And I just realized that the chat's not showing up on screen. Forgot to add that. Well, next time. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Man, where is that? Am I missing it? Am I missing it? Is it just... Was it just straight up not included? Man. Okay, how hard can it be to find a 2x2 black plate? Man. Unless it dropped somewhere when I opened the little bag, which is unlikely because I opened it right over the desk, and wasn't really room for the parts to go anywhere. I think that Lego did not pack this correctly, and I am missing a brick. Nah, the heck with it. I'm gonna go ahead. It's bugging me that I've noticed that I didn't put up a chat thing. It's because I never use. Because I thought I did, but I barely ever use this anymore. Yeah, add source. Position. And let me move it. There we go. That's better. Now people don't have to actually look down at the chat. Or likely the chat replay. Understand the context of me saying things. Yeah, something. I did say that something fell. Pretty sure it was too loud to actually be the brick that I'm looking for, but you know what? Might as well check. God. So either I'm stupid, Lego fucked up, or it actually did fall, and being a dumbass. Excuse me. Man. I mean, it's not like it's it's not like it's 100% integral to the structural stability of the leg. Because what it is a 2x2 plate that holds these together. There are plenty of other bricks that also do the exact same thing. That plate goes into a joint just to fill it out. I think though. Oh, okay, it's a joint for the foot. I think that's going to be pretty well. I think that space is going to be pretty well covered in alt mode, though. Heck, in both modes. So I think I can forego that piece. Then, you know what? If it really bugs me in the future, I can always get a spare off of Bricklink, or probably out of my own collection. There are. I doubt that the leg is going to disintegrate if it's missing that one. Oop, there we go. Those on top of each other. I've never known. I've never known quite what to call that. What the actual crap is that piece? Ah. Maybe doing live streams where I just talk about my Transformers collection. I mean, I guess I think it is. I think it is meant to be part of a hinge, but it's. I rarely see it used. I sometimes see it used that way, but also not. Sometimes it just exists to hold studs that are sticking out. It's such a weird component. I want to know the history as to why it exists and what the actual crap I'm supposed to call it. There was a time when I considered making a whole other channel. I considered just abandoning this channel and starting fresh with a new one because I felt like the algorithm was playing unfair. Which, I mean, yeah, it always does that, but I was not in a good state a few years ago. Not literally. I live in Texas, which is, especially right now, arguably the best state. Even if the Californians want to make it not that way. Yeah. Shoot, I think I might actually be missing... Am I missing a whole poly bag? Any bag or whatever. What the hell? Yeah, there's no way that I'm missing... Jeez, okay. One moment. I dig open the poly bag. Just gotta break open number 6 here. Now that's for the next section. Nope. Damn. That's rather concerning. I'm gonna look around for it real quick. I appear to be missing that. shoot. Okay. So it is not me being... It's not me being stupid. Lego forgot to add one of the things that was gonna be necessary. So now I don't have... Ah. Okay. That's... Ow. Ah, my ribs. No, so the 2x4 plate there, and these L-shaped pieces that you use to put things on the side. On the other leg, they were included in a mini bag. Because they were small enough components to warrant that. Lego likes doing that. On this, for whatever reason, they are absent from this leg bag. They were supposed to be... The last leg had 2 little bags included with it. The small components. This one only had 1, which I've already opened and sifted through, and found none of the components that I need. So... Fish paste. Yeah. I didn't miss it. And I didn't misplace it anywhere. I haven't had enough time to do that. And it's not misplaced. It wasn't packed in with any of the other bags. Lego just messed up royally. Well, shoot. That means that I will not be able to complete Optimus Prime until I have those components. Okay, hopefully I can contact Lego and get the pieces that I need. Dang. Yeah, that's not good. Lego should have a support line for that kind of thing. Oh, color me pissed off. I guess not really pissed off, more miffed, we'll say. Gypped. Disappointed. Ah. Okay, well, that puts a... That brings the Optimus build to an abrupt halt. Okay, well, guess we'll just have to put that on the back burner for now. We'll just put all this away. Well, I was planning on having them finished up next week and then going back to video games. But I guess I'm not really going to be able to do that. Well, I guess now is as good a time as any to build that Tahoe. That's a runaway stud. Man, that is. And I'm putting. Why am I? I'm putting them in the wrong bag. I'm putting them in the wrong dang bag. Okay. To be fair, bag 5 has been ripped open now, so that's not really secure. Yeah, dang. Oh well. Alright, give me a minute, I'm gonna get Tahoe. And I accidentally stepped on the box. Because last week, right after the stream, I stepped on this box. Because my room's not, my room is, looks like a damn tornado went through my room. It's been like that since I was a kid. My room's just never truly been clean. I only have myself to blame. It only gets worse every day. Oh well. Like, I'm just glad that I actually have this set. I went to a Lego convention of sorts, an AFOL meet with one of my buddies, Texan Train, a few months ago, and excuse me. And I saw this for $20, and I absolutely had to have it. Because I'm just happy to see Lego acknowledge Bionicle again. Oh, that is the weakest. That is like the instruction manual cover I've ever seen. I mean, they went hard. They went hard with the box art. Like, this just feels a little dinky. Anyway, I'm just so happy. Oh, okay, there we go. That's what the cover should have been. Oh man, I'm just glad that this thing exists. Oh, look at look at this. It's also got a little blurb. Just like Optimus did. In 2001, the Lego Group invented a new theme that was trying to do the Bionicle guy's voice. In 2001, the Lego Group introduced a new theme that would become a global sensation. Lego Bionicle. This story of mighty heroes with elemental powers took the world by storm and inspired comics, novels, and 4 movies. Now, 2 of the most popular characters, Tahoe and Takua, return in the form of this exclusive set in System Bricks. This special set is not only a tribute to the Bionicle heroes, it's a thank you to the legions of fans who have kept the spirit of Bionicle alive more than 20 years. It's the passion and creativity of the fans of all ages that ensure the legends of the tower will always live on. Greg Farsty wrote that. And it's got the renders. It's got the classic CG renders. That's actually making me tear up. Man, okay. 1, we build the base, it looks like. Polybag 1. 2 polybags. And 1 looks like it's just the base and Takua. Constructions come so far since Bionicle was first a thing. And I don't, if Bionicle ever makes a full comeback, I'm not sure it's going to be quite the same as it was. Because originally Bionicle was a spin-off of Technic, and they had all these robot-looking... It was an art style all its own, and didn't quite mesh with regular Lego. I mean, you can use regular Lego bricks to spruce up a Bionicle build. Callan LOF was one of my favorite YouTubers for a long time. Especially when I originally got back into Bionicle back in 2015. Then he had Fear Factory introduced CCBS, and that's what they did that's what they made the Bionicle reboot with in 2016. That feels a lot more like what you expect from buildable Lego figurines. And Bionicle 2016 got done so dirty. Man, I regret not picking up more of those sets when they. I think Onua was one of the last things I ever bought at a Toys R Us before they shut down. Onua and Power of the Prime's Optimus. I think those were the last things I really bought at a Toys R Us before they went bankrupt. It's not Toys R Us wasn't a huge part of my childhood like it was for other kids, but I wish it was, man. And again, I appear to be missing components. I am missing 4 1x1 plates and an egg-looking thing. Let's... Jeez. Those supposed to be included in a mini bag? I know they still exist, but... Oh, wait. Seriously, Lego? Seriously? Yeah, I know Toys R Us still exist. Like, they are not the giant that they used to be. I know a few Canadian stores still exist. And they opened one up at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Has 2 little mini Toys R Us stores. Not one. Not 2. 1. I'm thinking of the Lego store that opened up about the same time. There is a Lego store in D Terminal. If you take a right out of checkpoint D18. Don't ask me how I know. Don't ask me how I know all this. I travel a lot. D18 checkpoint. You take a right. There's a Lego store, which is I believe I mentioned is where I got the Optimus Prime. And surprisingly enough, for the same price as retail. I can't guarantee that it would be the same now, but I got that Optimus Prime at the Lego store at DFW Airport. There is a mini Toys R Us store it's not nearly as big as that Lego store is, but checkpoint close by gate A28. There is a mini Toys R Us, and they do not have a good selection of Transformers. It's like 1 or 2 things from Rise of the Beasts and Earthspark, and that's it. I want to know the series of decisions that led to there being a mini Toys R Us at DFW Airport. Genuinely. If anyone has an explanation for that, Please tell me. Anyway, now that I found this, I can get that little egg thing out. There's that egg. Then 4 1x1 plate pieces. And the instructions actually show you. Their instructions actually want you to put them askew slightly. My guess is that one of those is supposed to be a Toa stone. This is a set based on Tahumata, so I don't think the egg thing is supposed to be the stone that the Mask of Light was hidden. It could be. I'm not sure. I doubt it. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so we start on Takua. Let's see. If I go diving into that Optimus Prime box and I find the bag I'm missing for him, and it's also labeled bag number 5, I am going to shit. Genuinely, I'm gonna flip my shit if I go down in that box and I find that missing bag for Prime. But I'm not gonna focus on that right now, because I don't want to flip my shit on stream. It would be unprofessional. Come on, little ball joint dude. Yeah. That's a clever little torso build. Where are those little scale pieces that are gonna represent little toes on the original Matoran feet? The original Matoran are such little goobers. Oh, I'm sorry, they're the Tohung. At that point, they were Tohunga. Till Lego got sued by till Lego got sued by an entire race of people. Well, no, they were a group. They were representing a group of Mori. But still, it's really funny. It is super funny to me that they got sued. My God, if you have not, that is one of the most clever representations of a Matoran foot that I have ever seen. That is spot on. A Matoran foot in Lego. Water. There we go. Now it's got a ball joint on it, and we can plug it into the thing. In fact, I should go ahead and I should make the other one before. Should make the other one before. Oh, look, there's his mask. Oh, look at that. There's his little mask. Okay. Oh no, I already. Oh wait, I already did that. Aha! Yeah. There we go. Look at him, little goober, little penguin. I've been considering making a channel. I was gonna bring this up earlier. I was talking about my Transformers videos not getting as many views as I would like them to. I was thinking I could make a separate channel for doing Transformers videos. This is a recent thought. Earlier I mentioned that I considered making a new channel, period. But now I'm thinking maybe if I make a new channel, like, and I just use this one for trains and for streams, use that one for Transformer stuff, and maybe also streams. Maybe then those videos would actually get views. I'm apprehensive about doing it, because that channel would be starting fresh over. But I think it would help, because I think most people, I know that the majority of people come here when I upload Thomas videos. That's what they come for. I would. Kean Carlisle is a YouTuber who does a Transformers channel. And I never his channel is actually literally called Kean Carlisle's Transformers channel. And for the longest time, I didn't know why he called it that. And I didn't bother to do any research on it. I just noticed that these are the same little gold bar pieces that I've been using on Optimus. Oh. Yeah, I didn't know why he called it his Transformers channel for the longest time until I found out that he also had a non-Transformers channel. I forget what he does on it, but I know that he has one. But I'm, maybe making a new, maybe a new, making bacon, maybe, Sibyllus. Maybe making a new channel solely dedicated to giant robots. Maybe that would be a better decision in the long run. Because then all my train things can be in the same place, and all my robot things can be in the same place. And people who only care about the one don't have to watch the other, And they don't hold each other down in the YouTube algorithm. Because if there's one thing that the algorithm hates, it's people doing things differently than they did in the past. What do you guys think about that? I mean, I did promise that I would do more. I did promise that I would do more in between making videos, and if I had another channel just to do one kind of video on. I don't know. What if you have an opinion on if you have an opinion on that, please share it with me, either in the chat or in the comments or via email in my description or via the website formerly known as twitter.com. Or heck, you can call me, you can DM me on Discord if you're in one of these servers I'm in. Look at that. And they don't include a whole sticker to put on the disc, but hey, I don't care. This is awesome. Okay, and the next bit is to make a surfboard. Yeah, I would very Yeah, I'm really starting to consider doing that. I should put out a community poll for it. Bright blue, my favorite color that lava comes in, bright blue. Hi, NG Gaming, welcome back. Pray tell, what did you get at DQ? I, for one, always get a mint Oreo Blizzard, because I like that. Yeah, for anyone else who is just joining the stream and wondering why this does not look like Optimus Prime, I'm missing an entire bag of parts that LEGO did not pack into the big bag. So I've got to contact them or just get the parts off Bricklink before I can start building him again. Fun! Like when Bandai omits a runner from your Gunpla kit that you've been waiting a decade for. I should really do more building streams like this. Got a ton of Gunpla that I should build on stream. Keldeo Studies made a good point about doing streams just about my Transformers collection. Also let me know what you guys think about that in the description, or not the description. You know the thing. A crispy sandwich, vanilla shake, fries. Not bad. Yeah, I'm just doing Tahoe now. And I just put that yellow plate on wrong. Part separator. Where did I put the part separator back in? Here it is. That's better. There we go. Alright. Another slope. There we go. And get a yellow plate and a clear orange stud. A little mini slope. There we go. Where's another triangles? Go. One of these. Go. I think the camera's having trouble staying focused on the same thing. Maybe. Or maybe the lighting's just being fucky. Don't ask me why, but I've got All Suya by Weird Al stuck in my head now. I do not know where that came from. But it is a good song, so I'm not complaining. Another one of these little slope doodads, or did I... No, I did not already put that on, so I need to find it. Dang, I don't seem to be able to find it. Ah, well. That one's not a deal breaker. Alright. And now I'm going to build the outside edge of it. Sue, yeah, come on, Sue. Sue, yeah, that's what I'm gonna... Alright. This one for the side. I think that's the wrong side I put it on. Wants me to put it on that side. Now I need to make another one of those. Go. Yep. We'll fix it up. There you go. That makes a corner there. That makes another side. the last little stud, or loop, whatever you want to call it. And I appear missing a... I realized why I was about to say I'm missing a 2x2 plate, but no. I was supposed to use a 1x2 case of this. Fix that real quick. There we go. That is better. Much better. There is the base, all put together. Yeah. Stream's gonna run a little long, but I don't care no more. Not gonna be able to finish Prime for a while, so screw it. Heck, maybe the very next week after this, I'll do a big Transformer collection live stream. Or maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do one right. That would be really good. That would be really good. Do right before TFCon. Just a big ol' stream about my Transformer collection. You're gonna dip your fries in your shake. That is certainly a thing that can be done. Oh, I have seen many things that are after you've tasted something that's called Dr. Pepper, but it tastes like marzipan instead of Dr. Pepper. Yeah, some things seem not so bad anymore. Yes. I'm not kidding. British Dr. Pepper is not real Dr. Pepper, and anyone who contests otherwise, you are objectively wrong. I am from Texas. I know what Dr. Pepper is. Alright, and now I'll need one of those little hinge pieces. Those little clip-on hinge pieces. I'm just gonna dump out the polybags tray. The manual's small enough to keep in your lap. Don't need that. Okie dokie. Looks like I'm building the torso right now. And the ball joints. Those are definitely for the arms, but not right now. Because this is what I need for the arms. think this is the first time that I've ever had a Lego set where they just straight up did not include one of the mini poly bags full of small parts. I was hoping to have Optimus done next week, and then I would go back to video games or something else, but no. I'm gonna have to contact Lego about that. But since I'm now doing Tahu, I can't really complain too much. I think I already said this, but I should do more Gundam build streams too. I've got a crap ton of kits that I need to build. I got way too many way too many Gunpla kits taking up space, man. I keep the boxes for those. I have nowhere else to store them, especially the ones I've custom painted. And they're really nice boxes that I don't really like getting rid of, but they take up too much damn space, especially when you've never built the kit. I should really sell some of those off. Okay, and then whatever the heck you're supposed to call this thing, that forms the top of the okay. Push the frying pan bits in there. Now one of these curved sloping panel things that I see all the time on the. I put that in the wrong place. One of these little sloping panel things that I see all the time on Speed Champion sets. I think the only Speed Champion set I have left is this whatever it's called. Sold off my GTR and my Porsche and whatever the heck else. I think I had a Corvette too. I think I had the Corvette 2-pack too, and I sold that because I never built it. Okay, here's the ball joint, and it's the exact same ball joint piece they've used since the beginning. I'll always love seeing that piece. Even if the sets I had, I didn't grow up with them. The sets I grew up with didn't have that. I keep assembling the torso. There's always something I do to assemble the torso wrong. That's better. Pin goes in there. I guess that's really more like the axle piece. Stick. Did that really not go down that? Oh. You don't use that. Oh. That goes. Okay, so that axle thing goes there, and you just stick the ball joint. You just stick the ball joint onto the stud. That makes a little more sense, I think. Okay, now I'm making this pelvis. Two by three plate. Learn to count tray, please. Now I need 2 of the 1x2s with a ball joint. There they are, right next to each other in the bag. That's better. And panel pieces to go on top. Oh no, it's a single. Oh, it's a single panel piece. Okay, that's better. There we go. We've got a full torso now. All right. Okay, and now these limb pieces come into play. Gold bar pieces. And one of those little side hanger things. Go together like so. Just clip it on. Do another one of those. Yeah. And where'd I put the up? There it is. To do it opposite way. Get to be the other leg. Alright. Foot time. Oh. Then a... No, they actually go like so. That on the back. Put the curving slopes on the back. That looks like the heel. Now I need the upward orange slopes that go so. Alright. Page. Chonky big slope. That. Go. Big ol' L. Ball socket. I'm just gonna. Why don't I just dump out whole bag? There's so few parts left. So few parts to begin with, unlike Prime. There's that armor piece I'm looking for. There we go. Now I need another one of them's. Ah, another slope. There we go. That. Stick these on. And he's coming together. Heck yeah. Alright. Alright. That's the other arm's turn. These. That kind of hinge piece is the elbow. 3x3 brick. Yes, it's one of these panels. And that's his finger arm. That. And that. Very nice and very squeaky. Go, that is... There we go. That's his finger arm. The real weird-ass slicer fingers. He's constantly doing devil horns at an AC/DC concert. I think Tahu's more of a Metallica fan. Ooh, or who did Rhapsody of Fire? Oh, Rhapsody of Fire is the band. Yeah. They're Italian, okay. Italian, yeah, that checks out. Yeah, I think Tahu's favorite band is actually Rhapsody of Fire. Now we make the sword arm. Shoot, I'd just pop the hinge out. Okay. Heart separator. Save me. Dang it. There we go. That's better. Alright. Just hold it. Gotta hold it up on a stick. Come on. Come on. There we go. That's better. Okay. A little clippy clip. You know, if Pyro were a time traveler from the Vietnam War, that would explain a lot. By having lung cancer, that's just what happens when you smoke cigarettes constantly. Heckin' dang. Okay. Yeah. If Pyro had been in the Vietnam War, he would have to be a time traveler if that were the case, because TF2 takes place like actually when did Vietnam start? More importantly, when they actually start torching it? Oh, that's the TF2 wiki. I want Wikipedia. Piece of crap. Oh, Vietnam started in 55. When did the US actually become involved? So Vietnam does actually. So yeah, I've actually paid attention in history class. I should have remembered that. If that would explain a lot. I assembled this wrong. At the same time, though, I kind of hope that's not the case, because it's funnier for me. To me, it's funnier to think of Pyro as this like this strange non-human entity that nobody truly understands. Like, if you ask me, Pyro is just Pyro. I feel like a total idiot not knowing that off the top of my head. Okay, so yeah, and then you just straight up use a piece of fire as his sword. Definitely definitely come together a lot faster than Prime did. And of course, the issue though arises: what if that were meant to be the case? I'm not entirely sure Valve would want to acknowledge it. It's kind of like the situation with Medic, where they state that he was born during a during quote a period in German history when the Hippocratic Oath was downgraded to an optional Hippocratic suggestion. That is actually what it says in Medic's bio. So, assuming that World War II happened the same way it did in our world, of course being the TF2 universe, you know that there'd be some decidedly alternative historical shenanigans taking place. But assuming that World War II happened in no, I don't mean the Geneva suggestion. I mean the Hippocratic Oath. Yeah, I'm not sure Valve is really too willing to acknowledge those particular periods of history in their cartoony, silly game, especially when one of their characters uses a flamethrower and the other was born in Germany, likely in the 20s or 30s. Yeah. Yeah, literally, that is exactly how. That is basically the same situation as the Minions. Like they got a jail out of free card during World War II. Ah. Oh, I built Tahu's head and forgot to put it on. Look at that how. That's actually amazing. No no fooling. And look at that. Look at that is probably the best. That is a really good brick built Tahu. Probably one of the best I've seen, and to be fair, I have not seen many fully brick built bonkles. But this I think is if they had to make brick built bonkles, instead of proper bonkles, I think this is I think the best way they could have done. But let's get his surfboard on the base and then put him on the surfboard. I'll check those coordinates in a bit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. That's a Toa hero. Man. Oh boy. Okay, and now let's get Takua on his back. Ooh, baby. Oh man. That's beautiful. God, I love Bionicle. Alright then, one last thing before I end the stream then. Go to Google Maps. I'm not gonna go to my email, because I don't want to look at my email right now. I want to go to Google Maps. Very much. Highlight. And V. Who will help me out here? Okay. I'm gonna show y'all what I am seeing here. Someone has gone in and they've done a thing. Oh, that doesn't. I'm using the wrong kind of source. Oh, not media. Image, duh. Just let me add the image so I can actually get to the thing. I want to go to Street View. Actually, look at. Let me expand this thing, please. Please, Streamlabs. For the love of God. Am I not allowed to expand this thing? Okay. Let me just do that. Okay, now it lets me expand. Now it gives me the arrows to expand. Jesus. Yeah, I'm gonna head into Street View real quick and just confirm that. I'm pretty sure that this is not actually. I'm 99% certain that this is just somebody. Somebody dicking around. There we go. Street view. Oh my god. Oh my god. What in the hell? Okay, Snipping tool, come save me again. That is what it looks like in Street View. That is actually what it looks like. So someone might be having a laugh who does not own these buildings, but that is literally that is basically 2 Fort. That is an IRL 2 Fort. You can't make this crap up. Oh my god. Oh jeez. Ah, jeez. It's like I'm kind of reminded how Chris Chan listed his house on. It reminds me of Chris Chan listed his house as a business on Google Maps when he actually like. Oh god. No, I really hope that the actual person, the actual owner of these prop buildings did that. I doubt it, but it would be so funny if they did. Because that is 2 Fort. That is straight up 2 Fort. If someone has not already, like, if someone were to actually buy these properties and actually brand it as a IRL 2 Fort, that would be amazing. Probably not going to happen though, but just because it says it on just did they just because it says it's a thing on Google Maps, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's really review summary. Very cool place. There's some snipers sweating, but everything else is nice. Keep getting killed by Omegatronic bots. Weldon grain elevators. Weldon's Saskatchewan. Reading the wiki. The Weldon grain elevators have garnered attraction from the online community Team Fortress 2 due to their resemblance to the map 2 Fort. Citation needed on Wikipedia. I'm not entirely convinced that the actual owners of it listed it as a tourist attraction. I think that maybe just people sticking around claiming to be the owners. Like, literally 2016 population 197. Very, very small village. The history section on Wikipedia goes straight from its incorporation in 1914 to the 2022 stabbings. So, not really. Yeah, not really a not really a major place. Um, would be pretty cool if someone were to actually put. Oh, really would be really cool if someone would actually. Yeah, that is. Yeah. Okay, that is actually too. Okay. It's it is currently 8:43 p.m. for me. I'm very hungry, and I'm gonna have to contact Lego about that missing bag. If I find that missing bag in the bottom of the box, I am going to eat my own head. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining me tonight, even if things didn't quite go as planned, but oh boy, did they ever work out. My name is Keeper of Toast, and hopefully, if I made a community post about this, Stanley's video should be up the next 2 days. If it's not, please feel free to send a strongly worded letter to my offices. Next thing after that is going to be Sunstorm. Hopefully SG Megatron will be done before TFCon, and then Duck. Ideally, Duck and Megatron will be done at the same time for TFCon. I'll have videos on both of them done before TFCon, but we'll see how that goes. My name is Keeper of Toast, and I will see y'all later. Good night.